What's up, everybody? I'm Derek Gamer. Welcome back to the channel today. We're back, and today we are wrapping up the Monster Hunter Wilds beta. It has been a good experience. I kind of want to share my experience with the beta, what my thoughts are, and my overall outlook on the game as it approaches 4 months from now. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So let's just get that. Let me just answer the question from the start. Did the beta meet my expectations? And I would say yes. The game has been fantastic to play. The weapons, I feel like they did a really good job in like really upping every single weapon. I know there's a couple of weapons that some people are not that excited about, like example, Instinct Live and Lands. But I have seen some footage of some good Instinct Live gameplay, and it does look pretty juicy and does pretty good damage. But just kind of starting this video off, this presentation, I love the open world experience of the game. I love being able to just, all right, you see this monster over here, I'm gonna fight you. Then after I'm done, I don't need to go back to the lobby. I can just start another hunt right there. It's good. It keeps me in the game. I don't need to go back to my camp. I have everything I need. I love all the little quality of life improvements. I also love that Alma kind of like stays around while you're fighting and kind of gives you, restocks your items. Doesn't restock your inventory completely 100% of the time, but stuff that you would get in a regular quest, like the first aid or the rations, that kind of stuff, she'll bring to your actual inventory in the middle of the hunt. I love being able to swap weapons if you want to. I found myself, because we don't have that much time in the beta and you can't really do too much with the weapons, I found myself sticking with one weapon at a time. Comment below if your experience was different, if you found yourself swapping back and forth. But I felt like I kind of stuck with the weapon I was currently using. I tried out a lot of weapons. I did longsword, I did gun lance, I did hammer, I did blades, dual blades, I did bow and gun lance. I did a lot of weapons. A switch axe, and a lot of the weapons surprised me, felt really good. The transition felt good. It's interesting because I feel like this game feels a little slower than World in some ways, and it's faster, but it's more fluid, and the combos feel really good. I think the aggression of the monsters are good. These are all like super early monsters, so you can't expect too much from them. I think the Doshigima, this one right here, is a good challenge, good fun. Revew, sound effects. I think sound effects in that fight, the music, the feel, it just felt good. The lighting effects are just fantastic. I think I might as well go into a Revew file right now so you guys can see it. But before we get to that, I actually like this aspect of the game where it makes you feel alive and well. This is the crossplay aspect of the game. This is your lobby. You can have 100 people in the lobby, and to show that. And the cool thing about that is, one, it makes the game feel a lot more as a player list. Yeah, all these people are in the current lobby at the moment on quests, different things. You can jump into different quests at any time if you want to. It makes it feel more alive. I do sometimes miss the whole situation where it's just me in my own little city, but this place always popping, lively, and it's fun. It kind of makes you feel like, oh wow, look at this person's outfit, who's playing here, who's doing that, and it kind of makes the game feel more of a community. I think that was an aspect they kind of really focused on this time around in the game, and it's really, really easy to kind of jump into quests. You can do quests where you can have 16 people in your immediate lobby you're playing with, and you can do an environmental link, which is cool because it allows you to just have certain individuals, after you do a quest and you're chilling in the open field, just continue on with their quest as well. So really, I love this aspect of the fight of the game. So right now, I love this fight because I think they did a really good job with it's a low rank monster. Can't wait to see what it goes like in high rank and master rank. Low rank monster, but the feel, the sound, the way it roars, it's just such a good experience going into this fight. So now let's talk about the one thing you do a lot in Monster Hunter is the combat. I love the fact of how the combat feels. I love a lot of people were not going to be in tune by your palico talking, but you know, it doesn't bother me as much. I put a more of a adult voice on my Mr. Whiskers, and I think it just kind of spices things up, makes it things fun. So we already know my impression of the longsword. I like what they do with longsword. It's super amazing, super cool. So we're not gonna talk about that. The weapons are amazing. The weapons are great. So, but other than that, things that I think are a great addition is I absolutely love the wounding system. The wounding system I feel is the best because instead of you having to tenderize the monster like we did, I should have went to the camp before I went out here. Instead of having to tenderize the monster, all you gotta do is focus on attacking the monster in a specific area. And the cool thing about that is it would allow you to get a wound that goes from white to kind of like red that's finally open, and that's how you get your tenderization spots. So instead of you breaking immersion and having to fight, turn around and like, oh, let me go tenderize this monster. No, I could get a focus spot. And this is actually really cool as well. So at different points of the fight, when a monster does like a super mega attack like that, it gives you a focus point. It doesn't give you a free level of gauge like your regular focus strikes does, but it's quite a cool mechanic to kind of keep you focused and make sure you're paying attention in the actual fight you're doing. So for me, the focus mechanic is great. The control is pretty easy. All you do is just you hit your L2 and you can change the direction like this with your analog stick. I like mine on, what is it, press, not toggle. The one where you have to like actually do it yourself every single time. I prefer that versus having it consistently on, because a lot of times I'm just in the focus mode for like a little bit of time. But when it comes to sound effects, the one thing that I feel that needs a little bit more juice is the weapons don't sound as hard impact as it did in World. And I think that's the number one thing that people have been complaining about online. There's a couple of multiple things people are complaining about online, but the number one complaint is going to be the sound. Like they want more meaty hits, especially when Grayson, when you did your TCS, you used to really shake the screen. I feel like this time this one's more focused on like fluid combat, and maybe that's why they did it. Longsword is more of a you're boom, the boom, the boom. You're going on to your next attack. You're not necessarily focused on getting that one strike. And maybe that's why it doesn't feel as incredible. Because even a longsword, when you hit your move, oh, amazing, he played me. When you hit your foresight strike, you immediately go into your new spirit release slash, and in that situation, you don't have time to really like let the move hit. Look at the sound. Look at the way that sounds. The way that lighting. Like example, boom, boom. You know, it's like, all right, next, the next. It kind of makes you feel like the combat is gonna. I mean, the combat is. That's what's crazy. It's slower but faster as well. It's kind of like a mix between World and Rise. But the cool thing about it is we have to wait and see how the monsters actually perform and how they're different going forward when the actual game is released. So for me, I like the sound of this fight. I love the way it looks. I really enjoy. Oh my god, you see the light effects? It's what he did to the ground. Like the presentation is amazing. The music is fantastic. That's the only thing I think people have been like having complaints about. The next thing I would say is performance. Performance is a big thing. For me, I'm not having any issues because in my setup I have a 4090 and I have a 3900X. So for me, because I mean I do content, editing, rendering, streaming, all the things, I need a machine to handle all the things I need to get done. But that's not going to be the same for everybody watching, or maybe not for you either. So what that means is, for people that have, it's hard. For people that have like more mid-tier PCs, if they're like older than 4 to 5 years, they've been struggling. Specifically if you have like a 26 series card, even some of the 3000 series card are having some difficulty. But from what I've heard, the couple people that have the 4000 series card aren't having that much issues. Another thing to worry about that is this game is very CPU dependent. So if you pair that GPU with a CPU that's underperforming, and it's like, if it's like mid-range but budget CPU, you're gonna have some challenges. You kind of want to be like mid, like more current in the last like 2 years or so, or like high mid, because that's what it takes for this game to run pretty well. But you know what? The game did what it intended to do. It's a beta. It's a beta test. They wanted to see how crossplay worked. They want to see how the game worked. Was any instabilities? I think the big thing they're going to focus on for the next 4 months is going to really be on the performance, because that was the biggest thing. But other than that, I don't have any really complaints when it comes to the game. I felt good playing it. I enjoyed it. The weapons felt good. The environment's good. The quality of life changes they made are great. I like the fact that well done steak increases your max stamina and your max HP as well. The goal is just to keep you in the action, and I felt that that's what they came out to do, and I feel like that's what they did. I'm super excited for the game. I can't wait to see like the builds and all the things that we're gonna be able to do later on. I'm sure they're gonna do another beta, and I guess we can gauge how the game is then. we don't know when this build was created. This could have been a build we played in August and July. It could be outdated, and it could have made greatly more improvements since then. So I know I watched the Monster Hunter stream, and Joe was like, yeah, this was a network test. They wanted to test out crossplay, see how it worked out. So I think they did what they intended to do. Other things will be fixed out after that. So performance, that's the thing. I made a video and I told people that I think the optimal place to play the game is going to be on PlayStation. I'm going to up that to PS5 Pro. But I feel because a lot of people, it's when you have a console that works the same every single time, they know how to optimize for it. But PCs is hard because there's so many different variations and kind of the whole Dragon Dogma thing. But I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed that it'll be a smoother experience when the game comes out. But for now, I'm still gonna hold that PlayStation. When the PlayStation you get, what was it? It was like 1080p, or you could do 4K 30 frames, like 30-40 frames, or you could do performance mode, and it does decrease the quality of how things look, the fidelity, but you get 60 frames. So like that's the trade-off. Well, a lot of people are gonna be experiencing the game, and I think the big complaint people are making comparisons to like, well, my PC plays World just fine. It plays Rise just fine. And yeah, World is a PS4 game. It came out 7 years ago. Wait, is this coming from my cam? When Monster Hunter World came on PS4, it was like 30 frames. It wasn't until I think PS4 Pro or PS5 I think PS4 Pro, it got upgraded to 60 frames, and that's, oh wow, this is it. If not, people were buying the game again on PC to get the 60 frames. So that's where, and for Rise, it was a Switch game that they made over onto PC. This game is really focused on being on next gen consoles. That's why I feel like, honestly, this game's gonna be like World all over again. This game's gonna play great on the Pro, and it's gonna play excellent on the PS6. But that's like, what is it, 2024? It's 4 years from now. It's supposed to come out 2028. So this is where we are currently. You have some opportunity, you have some time. If you want to upgrade your PC, you can. You gotta test how it's gonna perform. For me, I tend to upgrade every 2 to 3 years just to make sure I can do all my content stuff. So I might be upgrading just to make sure I don't have any issues, because I do multi-stream, multi-record. So sometimes it did get a little intensive. That's why I play most of my games sometimes on console. But getting back to the actual beta, no complaints. Felt good. Music is good. Super excited. Super hyped. It's just like modern age Monster Hunter. And I'm super happy that a lot of people are giving the game a chance that don't play Monster Hunter. I see a lot of Souls players, chess players, Elden Ring players, or COD players. A lot of people just checking out the game because they see how beautiful it is and they see the hype, and they kind of want to be a part of the journey that's going to be happening and coming soon. So I got 4 months till the game comes out. But thanks for watching. This is just my quick overview of the game. Hypercritical, I would say the sound and effects. For other people, fix the performance, optimize a little more. Monsters feel great. The world feels cool. Just look at it. Look at the background. It's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I think they wanted this game to feel open and alive, and it does. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till next time, Dear Gamer, signing out.